Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of B2B Live, where I invite guests, entrepreneurs. No, I'm still doing my intro. Where I invite guest entrepreneurs who are sharing their insights, their wisdom, and their experience with us on how to not only lead your business, run your business, but how that impacts you collaborating with other businesses. Today, I have a very special guest with me. Her name is Arjuman. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Absolutely. Arjuman. Yeah.
Yes, Arjuman. So, Arjuman, please share with us who you are, who you serve, and how you are positively influencing lives through your work.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure and honor to be here with you. And it's my pleasure to even, share the golden nuggets, what I have learned in my journey. So as you know, my name is Arjuman and I am an entrepreneur by profession, marketing coach to be very specific, and a consultant, business strategist. And I have been in the coaching industry for almost, more than a decade, per to say. But the thing is, it wasn't always full time. However, I have been an entrepreneur for almost like 14 years of my life. So even before I got started online, I had a marketing agency in Dubai. I'm in Dubai currently. So I've been living here for almost 20 years. So my business was offline. It was a traditional way of marketing agency where we had cold calling, direct sales and all that. So I come from a very, an atmosphere where sales and marketing seems to be pretty salesy in the traditional way of doing
Mhm.
business. So we had a very successful marketing agency, which was one time six figures. However, due to pandemic, our business collapsed, and that was the reason. I had to look for options online, and I moved online. It was around by the end of August 2020, September 2020, and I was looking for options so that I could monetize my experience and expertise. Hence, I just found my passion, and I found like, okay, this is something that I really want to do. Since I have been in the corporate world as a sales director and then to running my own business as well. So moving online was it felt like I don't know in what world I'm stepping into, but I had no idea where this journey is going to take me. However, I just took the leap of faith, and here I am serving about from 3.5 years. I'm online as a full-time marketing coach, consultant, a business strategist, and an entrepreneur. And I basically help entrepreneurs, specifically service based entrepreneurs, to get clients from social media using a unique value driven conversion process without ads and without technical stuff. So that's a quick backstory about how I got started into what I'm doing right now, plus who I help
Yes.
currently.
Yes. And I love this topic. Thank you, everyone, for joining in live. If you have a question for Arjuman, please put it in the comments below. If I don't see it, we will take a look after the session, and she will respond. I will respond. We will respond. So thank you guys all for joining in. Now, Arjuman, I want to talk about sales. I want to talk about family. You have been
Oh,
doing this for about 20 years, and we're going to get into the real topics, the topics of discussion. But before we get started, how did you integrate and stay present both at home with your family and in your business? Because you went from marketing, things happen, and so then in 2020, COVID, around the world, everything shuts down. You have to figure out what's going on, and now you're moving into sales. There's still marketing, but the focus is on sales. You have your children at home. You have, your husband. How do you balance both before we get into the main stuff?
Absolutely, that's a great question. And a lot of people feel like, okay, they really want to do 10 different things, for them to be successful. But what I have figured out in my journey as being an entrepreneur, as well as a mom of three children and a wife, balancing family along with what you do is something that we all want. And I do believe like we need to build our business around our lifestyle, not vice versa.
Mhm.
That's something that I do believe. And what I really tell my clients is like, you don't need to do like 100 different things for you to be successful. You need to figure out what is that core thing that will move the needle for you in the business and just focus on that. Because, I remember Tony Robbins always says this: wherever your attention goes, energy flows.
Yeah.
So rather than focusing on 10 different things, it's always better to leverage the resources that's available for us and outsource the things that which you can outsource and do what you are good at. So for that matter, if that is something like related to social media, and and that's not something like your zone of genius. And what you really have to do is you don't have to stress yourself doing and learning the new thing, right? So you can always leverage the existing people, the existing resources who are really good at what they do, and you need to focus on what you are actually good at. So this way, outsourcing, has helped me balancing my family as well as my business. And at the same time, you don't have to do 10 different things just because you are an entrepreneur. Wearing 100 different hats is not going to serve the purpose. And that's what I have learned. With that said, this is for everyone who's out there. They might be like thinking like, I need to learn all the technical stuff before I do the things. And that's going to like literally delay your progress. Rather than delaying your progress, focus on what you are good at and outsource the rest.
Yeah, 100%, and I agree 100%. Having do what you can, but if it's not your area of expertise, outsource it uh, where possible or when possible, because perhaps you're now starting off. Perhaps financially that may not be available at that time, but you have to think about it, or connect in your network, build up your network, and leverage other people's network. All of these little things make such a huge difference. And you also have a team as well. Like you're not doing you're the head of the organization, right? You have other people who are working with you to support your clients with their sales, with doing the DMs, with strategizing, with the marketing piece. And that is a huge help for you to be present with your husband, to be present with your children, and to say, okay, like you still have to check in. I'm confident, like at certain times, because you are in Dubai and some of your clients are out in North America. So, you're still have to be sharp, but you trust that your team can take care of certain things. Yes?
Absolutely. Well, here is the thing, right? Since we offer coaching and consulting services, what I really coach my clients is on the key things that will help them getting clients from social media without overwhelming, themselves. Because a lot of coaches, consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs, they are really good at what they do. But when it comes to social media, when it comes to their online presence, building their audience, having a client acquisition process in place, or even closing deals, that's the area of struggle what I have seen in coaching industry, and they feel like, oh my god, I just cannot do this. So you need to focus on your skills, whether you are a life coach, a health coach, a relationship coach. You are good, you've got the certifications, you've got that knowledge, right? So focus on the skills, plus understand how to market yourself, and then whatever you can do, possibly do it in the way you can, so that you can build a lifestyle around your business. So
Yes.
that's what I do focus on. So we do focus on both the key areas. So there are clients who feel like, no, it's fine for me, I can do all by myself. So it's perfectly fine. We do tell them the steps of what they need to do and stuff like that. But if there are few clients who say that, oh my God, this is overwhelming for me and I really need help, that's where I do have a team, and I have a trained growth assistants, who help my clients in growing their social media. However, in the front end, I always focus on the coaching offer. The consulting comes in the back. Yeah.
Of course. Well, yeah. To everyone that's tuning in across all the channels, we thank you so much. There's over 100 people tuning in right now. If you
Thanks.
have, yeah, if you guys have any questions for Arjuman, please put it in the comments below. If we don't see it, we will check all the platforms and we will answer the questions and also reach out to Juman personally. She will share where you could find her. LinkedIn is one of the spaces. Reach out to her, follow her if you want more details from our conversation. Okay, Ajuman, I like your approach when it comes to the balance, and you're being very. It's clear. You're not saying, "Well, I have to have the mind." No, you're clear. I've been doing this for 14 years. I've been in industry for over 2 decades, and I have 3 kids and a husband. I do not have time to wait around, to play around, and then your clients on top of that are expecting results. So you're just like, get a team. I give you the information. I'm trying to help you save money because you're not using ads. You're not really encouraging it. There's a time and a place for it, obviously, but depending on where they are, you're just saying, follow this system. Let's implement the system so you can get the results, the financial results that you want. So that no nonsense approach, I am here for it. So thank you. And the other part is, what are some proven sales strategies um, when you're balancing multiple roles? So, business owner, some of them they're speakers, some of them are consultants, some of them are um, podcast hosts. What are some sales strategies that you help your clients with that has brought success?
Absolutely, that's a great question. Well, first of all, a lot of people think that selling itself is like, oh, I feel so icky about it. I don't like to sell. It's really all in the mind. So when you shift your approach from selling to serving, it totally changes the trajectory of the way you look at sales. Because can you hear me?
Yes, I liked what you said. Don't sell soap. So I'm writing that in.
Okay, all right. I thought that you lost my audio. Okay. Anyway, so what I do tell my clients is, because most of them, when they come to me, they feel like, okay, well, you know what, I'm good at what I do, but I cannot sell. Well, I always tell them, like, see, economy grows because of sales. Just imagine this: if there was no selling happening in the world, just pause for a minute and imagine if there is no one selling you anything out there. How would this world look like? The economy would never progress. Yeah. So rather than focusing like, okay, I'm going to take their money, I'm going to steal that money, I don't want to be salesy, I don't want to be pushy. These feelings of feeling icky, it happens because of a lot of people having a negative experience because of someone has told them something that they really did not want. So that's why people have this, the pattern is repeating, where they feel like sales is not something that I love doing. And that's why I always tell them, and in our program, like, we focus on a lot of mind shifts and a lot of letting go of limiting beliefs, especially when it comes to marketing, lead generation, and sales practices, where I really, I have a unique process called as the value-driven conversion process, where we first focus on giving value. So what I do believe is the law of reciprocity. So when you give to your ideal clients, even before you ask, then you already have pre-qualified them, you already have pre-sold them, and you don't have to, like, literally sell your services to them. They automatically are going to buy into what you have, because you have built that know, like, and trust factor even before they see you, like, you're selling it to them. So what I do practice is, like, give your clients the best you can in the DMs, in your content, in your marketing processes, whether it's hosting a live launch, a webinar, a masterclass, or whatsoever, so that they feel like, oh wow, this is something that I really wanted. And if her or his free stuff is so good, then how the big program must be. And a lot of times, from past 2 years, every single month we host, these free events, whether it's a live launch or a webinar or a 5-day challenges. And we get, like, I can tell you about 60% of our clients come from these events. So I do believe, like, when you first give before you ask, then the selling doesn't seems to be so icky. Selling happens naturally, because I feel like we all women, especially, we have this feminine quality of nurturing. So when you nurture your audience, you automatically can have them make a decision, because you have built that know, like, trust, and care factor, where people are not buying the program for 3 months or 6 months or 1 year to work with you, but they are getting into your program because they know who you are and they know what you can deliver for them. I can't hear you.
I pressed mute because I didn't want any distractions from what you were saying. Giving value, the law of reciprocity, and sowing the seeds. I know people touch on this sometimes in sales, but it's a fact. It's true. Zig Ziglar said, the more I help others get what they want, I get what I want, right? And that's
Absolutely.
part of sowing the seeds. That's part of providing the value and recognizing that the ROI in the beginning may not necessarily be the financial aspect. There are other pieces to the puzzle that leads to the finance piece, but focus on the value. Now, both you and I follow another salesperson on Facebook together. He's great at what he does. I mean, he's been doing this for decades. I think he's in Dubai as well with you. Yes. And so he put up a post with a pyramid. He's like, you could just go right on Google now, and they will tell you that there is 7 channels you need to be on, 11 touch points, and 4, like, all these different things. Like, he broke it down on the pyramid, but that's something that you've been using. And when people kind of understand, yes, you can have these statistics and these facts that are out there, but if you're not including that value, if you don't understand the laws, it makes it more challenging for you. So I thank you for sharing that. Before we move on, I just want to say to anyone that comes on this channel, if you are going to write nonsense and you're going to talk hate, get off. We are not here for that. It is not tolerated, and I'm not going to accept it. We are here to provide value for our people. We are here to make sure that you are enriched, inspired, encouraged, and you're equipped so that you can run a successful business. We're not here to talk about anything other than that. So if you're going to hate on something, get off. I don't need you here. Sorry about that, Arjuman.
No
I just wanted to, someone put a very nasty comment, and that's not acceptable to me. When it comes to high ticket client acquisition, I just want to kind of go off of the proven sales strategy, and you were talking about the various touch points. Once you have these touch points in place, once the clients now have given the value, how do we start getting high ticket client acquisition?
Okay. Well, there is this super simple framework that I teach in my program, and especially we focus on high ticket, coaching programs and consulting offers, because that's what we believe is more profitable for you as well as for your clients. That's something I would love to share with everyone, because that's what we do. And coming back to your question, there is this 4-step process, and it's pretty much simple than ever what people can think about. So when it comes to high ticket offers, it's really all about, like the way I already explained, leading with value. So when people see you, that you're walking your walk, you're talking your talk, they automatically start following you. And the most important thing, what I have seen is when people resonate with my values, the way I preach, and the videos that I post, about authenticity, being vulnerable, sharing your journey, sharing your transformation, your ideal clients actually start seeing themselves in where you are and the journey you have walked through. And this would like literally, help them make a buying decision, whether you offer a high ticket, a mid ticket, or a low ticket offers. But when people start connecting with you, that's the first step, right? And then later people start stacking your profile and consuming a lot of your content. So your content does a lot of heavy lifting for you, and that's where I focus on attraction marketing, where we do have a specific type of content that has worked for us, and this specific type of content has helped us in generating inbound leads. So we have a structure where we post content. We call it like a two-step post or a honeypot post, where you really give something for free, so you get those leads, and you already have a stream of leads who are interested to know about your services and to understand what exactly you do. And then all you have to do is now have conversations with them and start booking calls. And on the call, on the spot, we focus on one call closes. Yeah, so the one call close is something that I teach my clients and I implement as well. And this has like literally helped us in generating high ticket clients, in getting high ticket clients. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, it answers the questions. There are a lot of people out there talking about, well, just sell high ticket and sell high ticket, put it there, because if you have that one offer, that one high ticket, people will come and people will buy. What people are waking up to is that that's not necessarily true, because you need to have a community. You want a community from based on your marketing that is putting out content that are value based, obviously. And I put up that honeypot post where they're getting that freebie, that attractionist, because why? The people are consuming your content a lot. They're like, I like you. You know what? I like you. Let me learn more about you. And then they're like, oh, I trust you. And so they click on the honeypot post, either to DM you, either to get your freebie, whatever it is. And from the honeypot post, now you're saying that one call close. Well, how do we get to the one call close? Because does it take several honeypot posts? And I know everyone's in different levels depending on where the client is, but
Yeah.
how do we get that one call
Call
close?
Yeah. I'll explain that to you. Okay, so when people are on a call, there is already a pre-qualifying process, right? So you really don't have to get on a call with anyone and everyone out there. So the qualification starts in the DMs, where even if people are showing interest in your honeypot post, you really have to figure out if they are the ideal clients who you want to serve and if you can really help their business, right? So what I do believe in is like just not about getting a high ticket client, but always focusing on if I'm able to help that client or not. If I feel like, okay, I cannot help someone, I'm very upfront, and I always tell them, hey, you know what you're doing right now, maybe this program is not an ideal fit for you, or this call is just going to waste your time. So it is better for me to refer to someone who's doing a similar thing and who can help them in my network, or probably give them some other offer that can help them at this point in time, because not everybody needs what you have, and everybody have a different level in their journey. Yeah. So pre-qualifying process is super important in the messenger, that's in the DM. And after that, in your Calendly as well, you need to have certain questions that can help them make a decision, even including if they are the decision makers, if they're ready to invest, and stuff like that, the qualifying questions, so that you know why you're connecting on a call, because you need to value your expertise and your time so that your clients can value you as an expert, because if you don't value yourself, then you cannot expect others to value you. That's what I believe. So once we have bridged that gap, and once we have pre-qualified, so we already know, the person who's on a call is already ready to make a decision. They're not just price hunting or going to waste your time. So that's when we present the offer, we create urgency on a call, by really giving a lucrative offer so that they can make a decision. And once they say like, okay, I'm in, so you just give them the payment thing, and that's what we call as a one call close, where you don't have to first send the contract, send a follow-up
Yeah.
email, and then wait for another 1 week. So we avoid all that, and that's what is called as a one call close.
Yeah. But there is still work leading up to the one call close. Can I
Yeah,
ask
because
you
not
then?
every
Yeah.
clients, sorry, but because, yeah, of course, because see, I cannot tell you like all the clients, are going to make a buying decision on the
Mhm.
first call, but the ones who have seen you enough, the ones who have known you enough, they are willing to make that buying decision, especially the ones who come from your master classes or 5 day challenges, because the offer is already made to them in the master class or a challenge. So all now they have to do is like, all right, I'm in, and
Mhm.
we just know that they are in, right? But it doesn't happen all the time. But I can tell you about 60 to 65% of the clients do make a buying decision.
Yes. So um, my next question now is, when it comes to the sales and marketing aspect of it, how intertwined are they? Because some people use it as trying to make it separate. And in my opinion, I think they're like best friends. They're like peanut butter and jelly, even though I don't eat peanut butter and jelly, but they're just that close. Like the line kind of blurs between both of them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, sales and marketing does go hand in hand. It's not two different aspects of two different pillars. It doesn't work that way. If you're good at marketing, you're automatically generating leads. Now you need to do what you need to do is you need to understand how you can close these leads and focus on closing and get good at closing your ideal client. So it's really not about what you say, it's about how you say on a sales call.
Yeah.
So it's really all about understanding the client and not offering a cookie cutter solution, because what I do believe is like one size doesn't fit all. So even if I have clients who are different types of clients, like different, they all have a different journey, and they all are different, their businesses are different, but you cannot use the same approach. And what I do believe is, as a coach, you are their guide, and as a coach you need to show them how to make a decision that works better for them. So if I'm using or if I'm implementing a certain type of marketing plan, it doesn't necessarily mean that even my clients have to implement the same thing. They really would implement something that they feel is aligned for them. So what I do believe is alignment is so important for you to connect sales and the marketing part together, and it goes hand in hand. It's not two different pieces.
Hmm. Yes, yes. I agree 100%. It does go hand in hand. I have a series on YouTube called Leadership Literature. So what I do is I read books every week, and then I dissect it. And I go through it and I extract the main points from it. And I have touched on some of the sales piece. Now, it's not just me reading books and I'm putting out information based on the books I've read. This is things that I had to implement for myself. Comes from experience and my level of understanding. But I share these material and I talk about marketing and different kinds of marketing, as well as sales, and how they're both intricately intertwined together. But then at the same time, if you're in sales, you do need someone who is strong in sales to be able to support you in that, to be able to take some rejection, to get,
Mhm.
I'm old, so I, hang the phone up or slam the door in your face a bit. You need someone that can do that. And sometimes the marketing people can't deal with that because they're used to selling a story. They're telling a story. They're using the psychological impact. There's a young man, his name is Naeem. I work with him, and he talks about the psychological approach to marketing and the impact and the effects of it. So he's seen it works. he's seen the benefits of it, and he uses that same strategy. But the same thing, like there are some people that may be sensitive, they're in sales, but you mentioned it's how you say things. Maybe they can't deal with the data and all the stats and all the things and all these numbers, but they can take a lead sheet and guess what? Pick up that phone or go knock on a door or send that
Mhm.
email to help close and make that sale. And so that's the whole dynamic of it. So thank you
True.
so very much for sharing that.
My pleasure.
Yes. If anyone has any questions, please put it in the comments. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You've been consistently staying tuned. So, Arjuman, they are into this into this live. So please ask any questions. My other part is you mentioned earlier about mindset. So we're getting ready to wrap up soon. You talked about it's beyond the mindset. And one of the things that I have here is the mindset shift. What is the mindset shift that will empower you to grow your business confidently? So you spoke briefly about beyond the mindset. And now I'm going to ask you, what is beyond the mindset to help entrepreneurs grow their business confidently?
That's a good question. Well, what I do believe is, when you decide to be an entrepreneur, you already have taken that first step, that you are ready to accept rejections and take risks or whatsoever. But a lot of entrepreneurs, they try different things because there's so much in the marketplace that everything that glitters, it feels like it's gold. And what I have seen people doing is that they keep chasing the next shiny stuff. Yeah. So when you like literally say, when you know when to say no and how to stay focus, consistency, and discipline. These three things are the qualities where every entrepreneur. I know it's difficult, depending on the kind of the surroundings you are from, and especially people who are transitioning from a 9 to 5 job. They really have this employee mindset where they feel like, okay, I've been trying this for like 4 months and I'm going to give it a try if this is going to work, and if they go with the mentality itself of let me try. So what I would suggest you all as entrepreneurs is, you just focus on like, I'm going to go all in or I'm going to die trying hard. So without that mentality of let me give it a try, if you let go of that, then I think things will start falling in place. Because yes, for the fact that it's not an easy journey, especially when you're navigating by yourself without help,
Yeah.
without support, and just by taking a couple of courses, and that's how most of us we get started. But if you really want to have the roadmap, the hands-on support, then I would suggest to work with someone who you resonates, who you feel can help you in your path, so that you can achieve the success you really want. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's really all about focus, consistency, and discipline along with the strategy. So what I always tell is like there are three things that really serves you in your coaching or consulting business. One is the mindset. The second is your skill set, and the third itself is the strategy. So you need to have all of these balanced together, because if you don't balance this together, then automatically it's like a recipe in a dish. So if you really want the recipe to be to be very tasty, you have to balance the salt, the pepper, and everything. The same way the entrepreneurship is all about.
GY. I'm writing down your formula because I think strategy. I think that's right.
Yeah, it's a
I think
mindset, skills, and
mindset
strategy.
and plus strategy, right? Mindset plus skill set plus strategy equals the profit, equals the
Yes.
direction of your business. I thought that was my last question, but it's not, because based on your mindset, skill set, and your strategy, I know strategy is spelled wrong. Please forgive me that I missed the T.
No.
Um, how would
See, humans are, we do mistakes, so don't worry. Yeah.
How would another business who's potentially seeing you and they're saying, man, I like this. I like this person. And they're consuming your content more and more, but they may not want to buy from you, but they want to partner with you. So how does your sales, your mindset, skill set, strategy, which equaled your sales, how is that attractive to them, to a potential collaborator?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, when you're on social media, there is always an opportunity to collaborate. Yeah, so you can actually do a profitable collaboration because even if they have a business and they like you, if they don't want to work with you, there are different ways that you can collaborate by, maybe coming up with a program together. Yeah, or even seeing where they are in the business and what's their next goal, and probably offering any kind of a service that could help them. So what I have seen, Jalisa, in my journey is a lot of people who feel like, okay, I have it all, I have figured out everything, but at any point in time, no business has have it all. For that matter, even mine. Even now, I do have coaches who I work with, because the level of skills that you got that got you so far are not the level of skills that will help you in even scaling your businesses. So every time there is an investment that is needed. So there are two ways. If you really like someone, they are consuming content from you, the opportunity is, yes, come up with something that can help both of your audience together, that can be a win-win and a profitable, or at least, if you want to scale your business, then there's nothing wrong in telling that, hey, I like your stuff, and here is where I'm stuck, and I need your help. And
Mhm.
that's something that I always practice myself, and I always tell my clients, because we don't have everything figured out, no matter what journey we are
Mhm. Yes, I agree. I agree. Like, still get on that call, still kind of figure out that dance because there's something that this other business is attracted to you. But of course, you need to make sure that your values align, your mission aligns, all of these different things align to make sure that it's successful. Even perhaps creating a course together. What does that look like? What does that mean? Or even a challenge together. You know who does that all the time? Dun
in. Yeah,
dun dun. Dean Graziano and Tony Robbins. Every year
absolutely.
for the last 5 years, that's all they do. The 5 day challenge. They collaborate on a program, and then before you know it, then Dean Graziano talks about, hey, let's get ready for summer, and then Tony Robbins is on tour, right? So they're doing the different things, but they use that same strategy that you just mentioned, and of course, yes, they have like they're a machine, right? Their business is a machine. It has to be, yeah. But you can still take that formula and bring it down to scale to be able to use for you. So thank you for
Absolutely.
sharing that.
Ultimately, collaborations are always a win-win. That's something, I have learned from entrepreneurs, especially the leaders in the industry, the ones you mentioned right now. Yes, Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins, they always do this. And yes, what can be way more profitable than just modeling the success of people who are already doing it? So modeling is something you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can actually model what's already working.
Yes, 100%. Model it, and it works, and I know it works. Like I see it in
Yes.
my own business. I see it when referring other people or connecting other people or opening up my network to others, and I see the benefits and the ROIs that come of it. Some is financial, some are not, but the finances will come later on because of the experience that you're getting, the exposure that you're getting, the value that you're receiving, and people don't recognize how much we live in a time that we've forgotten that the value is more important than the actual money itself, because the money will show up, the money will appear, right? And it's really sad to see. I've even used your strategy, and as I mentioned, where in terms of that marketing, like people have to see you consistently, right? They have to get to know you, they have to trust you, they have to know you, like you, trust you, and then maybe they might click a link and like send a DM, or then they might click the link for your honeypot from your honeypot post to get something. Literally before we came on live, I was on a call from this lady who found us on YouTube. She
Mhm.
saw my daughter's challenge. My daughter had a 100-day challenge going on, and it was for her daughter that she was looking, and she's looking through the channel. As most of you
Amazing.
guys know, we're a mother-daughter duo, and
Mhm.
she stalked me on Instagram. She did like she
Nice.
found us on Instagram, stalked
Uh,
us for a bit before she actually sent a DM and say, I think you can help me. Like she's like, I consumed your content and I think you can help me. And so we got on a call. It was a short call, but then we have another call. Like I still gave her value, but that exact process that you were talking about, the marketing, the sales piece, and of course, as I mentioned, I have a team.
mhm.
Naeem from he helps with this. Um, it works, and so
Absolutely.
sometimes it may not work right away, but it works. There's, all these different touch points. So, Arjuman, thank you so very much for coming on with us. Please
My
share with the audience where they can connect with you, where they can follow you, maybe get your honeypot offer.
Why not? Definitely.
Yeah.
So on LinkedIn, I go with Arjuman Sharif, the same name that's displayed on the screen. On Facebook, I'm known as Smart Arjuman, so you can search for Smart Arjuman on Facebook. And on Instagram, it's the business coach _ Smart Arjuman. So yeah, these are the channels. And of course, I do have a YouTube channel that's again hosted Smart Arjuman.
Yes, of course, of course. But I think Facebook and LinkedIn, you mostly
Yeah,
hang
that's the
out.
best way. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
primarily active on Facebook and LinkedIn. Yeah,
Yes.
so you can get in touch with me on Facebook.
Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us.
My
Connect with
pleasure.
Ajuman. And for everyone that hung on, all 100, now we're at 137, but 120 people consistently from the beginning till now. Thank you guys. That lets us know that the value that was provided today, the seeds that are sown within your very being, is what you actually wanted and needed. And Ajuman, we appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great day,
Thank you
everyone.
so much. Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here on your show, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
everyone.
Bye bye.